All right. 2.7, converting metric units. Okay, converting metric units. I want to go back to our talk yesterday, and I want to remember that we had our box, and we called this box our base. Okay, and in the base is meters, grams, and liters. Okay, what we're going to talk about today is converting metric units of measurement. Okay, from, let's say, centimeters to kilometers, or decimeters to centimeters. Okay, just basic little unit conversions that we're going to do today. Now, remember our three boxes on each side. Our three boxes on each side of the base. Okay. All right, so try to get them similar there. Let me paste them in there. Yeah, not really. So, okay. All right. These on this side, I'm going to freehand, so it doesn't take me as long. Okay, that's why I draw them with the little square tool. Oh, that looks bad. I can do it better than that. Now, the reason we need to know these is because of this. Okay? As I've taught this throughout the years, I find it easier, and we talked about this a little bit last year in 6th grade. Okay, I find it easier just to draw the boxes instead of trying to remember, okay, do I multiply? Do I do this? Do I do this? Basically, you have this. That's milli, just like we said it yesterday, centa, deci, your base, then you have deca, hecto, and kilo. Okay? Now, when you're transforming something, okay, for example, let's say I'm going to take 1.25 kilometers, and they want to know how much that equals in meters. All right? So, to figure that out, all we got to do is memorize our boxes. Okay? So it's good that you memorize them. Okay? Basically what that means is this. Here's where I'm going to start, at the kilos. Okay? For kilometer. Okay? And I'm going to go back to meters. Well, this is where meters is at. So I'm going to go back 1, 2, 3 places. Okay? I moved to the right 1, 2, 3 places. So, in my problem then, I take 1.25 and I move the decimal once, twice, 3 times. And so that gives me 1,250 meters. So basically what I did is I took 1.25 and multiplied it by 1,000. That's why I moved it to the right. Okay? For every box that you move, okay, every box that you move, it's a power of 10. Okay, so this was 10 to the first power, which was 10. This would be 10 to the second power, which would be 100. This is 10 to the third power, which is 1,000. That's why I moved it 3 places. That's why I said you multiplied it by 1,000. Okay? In metric units, when you move to the right, the number gets larger. Okay? In other words, we went from kilometers at 1.25 to meters, which became 1,250. Okay? So when you move to the right, the number has to increase. Why would that be so? Who can tell me why that would be so? Nicole? Right, because the units get smaller, so there's more of those units in that unit of measurement. Okay? Once again, kilos is like a mile. Kilometers is like a mile. It's close to a mile. Okay, it's not a mile, but it's close, if you want to think of it in terms of American measurements. Okay, so let's look at one that utilizes the other way. Let's say we had 28 centimeters, and they want to know how many meters that is. Okay, so we're going to start right here. Okay, let me put it down on the bottom so we don't get it confused. We're going to start there at centimeters, and we're going to meters. So I move once, and then I move twice. So I move once and twice to the left. Okay, I move 2 places to the left, so that means I'm going to take 28. Where would the decimal be in 28? Behind the 8. So I'm going to take that decimal, and I'm going to move it once, twice to the left. And so that gives me 0.28. Okay, it's like you're doing this, 28 divided by 100. Okay, because I moved 2 places, that would be 10 to the first, that would be 10 to the second, which 10 to the second is 100. Okay, so instead of trying to memorize, okay, I go from here to here to here, it's easier just to do the boxes. Now, you can memorize how many units of, in each measurement. Okay, if I go from here to here, I got to multiply by this, I got to divide by this. I've just found it in the past it's easier to memorize the 6 boxes, okay, and just know how many you move. Joshua. To the right? Correct. That is correct. Yes, if we're moving this way, right here, that is multiplying. Okay? If we're moving this way here, that is divide. Okay? Another way to look at it is if you're moving from a larger unit of measurement to a smaller unit of measurement, you're going to multiply. If you're moving from a smaller unit of measurement to a larger unit of measurement, you're going to divide. Just like you would in American system, okay? It's not quite as easy because there's so many different, for example, for us, there's 5,280 feet in a mile, okay? Well, if we think of the largest measurement of volume for us is gallons, okay, or, gallons doesn't have the same amount it doesn't have 5,280 ounces in a gallon, okay? With this, at least it's all the same. It's either 10, hundreds, or thousandths. Okay? So in other words, to go from here to here, it's 10 to the first, so that would be 10. To go from here to here, that's another, so it's 10 to the second, so that's 100. And then go from here to here, that's 10 to the third, which is 1,000. So there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Okay? And that's how that system works. Okay? Let's see here. I'm going to erase that so it doesn't get too confusing. All right, let's look at another example. Let's say 740 liters. 740 liters is equal to what they want to go to. Kiloliters. Nope. That's what they wanted. They want to know which one is larger, if either one. Either the less than, in other words, they want the less than or greater than or equal sign. They want one of these three. Hey, it looks like a face. They want one of those three in the blank. So, to do that, I really got to look at, okay, we went from liters here to kiloliters. Okay, we went from liters to kiloliters. That's a smaller unit of measurement to a larger unit of measurement. So that means we're dividing. How many boxes did we go? Derek? 3. So 3 means we divide by 1,000, or we simply take 740, put a decimal right here, and move it 3 places. Once, twice, 3 times. So that to be kiloliters to liters, that would be 0.740. That's what that converts to, kiloliters. Okay, well, that's the same thing. Okay, because we don't have to have the 0 there. So these two then are equal. The other way we could look at it is this is what we did. We took 740 and divided it by 1,000. Okay, well, dividing by a power of 10 just moves the decimal. It moves it once, twice, 3 times. Okay, so the main thing is you have to remember, what order they come in. In other words, it's kilometers, then it's hecto, then it's deca, then it's base, then it's deci, centa, milli. You've got to have those memorized in your mind. When we have a test over this, what I would suggest you do, as soon as you get the test, write the boxes down. Okay? That way you have them and you've got it labeled out for you. Okay? Let's see, what if we had this, a little tougher one here, 93.2. I just lost it. There it is right there. Okay, 93.2 millimeters is equal to blank kilometers. Okay? 93.2 millimeters. So let's go back up here to our diagram. So we're starting here, and I want to go all the way to here. Okay? So I'm moving to the left. Moving to the left, how many boxes? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm moving 6 boxes. So what that means down here is I have to take 93.2 and move 6 places. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. And I fill in with zeros. So that would be 0.0000932. So that would be a very small unit of measurement. Okay, because 100 millimeters 100 millimeters is like basically 6 inches. Okay, so if you think of 6 inches compared to a mile, how much 6 inches is of a mile? Well, you take 5,280 and multiply it by 12. And that's how many inches are in a mile. So it'd be a lot easier if it was just like 10 times 1,000, like, the metric system. Okay, but it's not. So that's how you would do that one. All right. I want you to do this one on your own. 0.9 kilograms. 0.9 kilograms equals blank milligrams. Okay, that one should be fairly easy because it's just the opposite of what we just did. Okay, you're going from a larger unit of measurement to a smaller unit of measurement, so that 0.9 is going to increase. The number itself is going to increase. It doesn't increase how many kilograms we have, it's just going to increase. Okay? Just like the one going here where we went from a smaller unit of measurement to a larger unit of measurement, the number itself really decreased, got a lot smaller. Okay, when you have the answer, raise your hand. Matt Haygood, what'd you get? No, not billion. Annie. What? What? 900,000. Yeah, that's what you said, but you kept sort of cutting it off there. 900,000. Okay, the reason being is because you're going from one end of the spectrum to the other. So there's 6 boxes, so we have to move it 6 places. So we have to take 0.9 and move it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Put zeros. Okay, and that's your 900,000. Okay, now if you find it easier to do it that way, like this, instead of doing the little arrows, that's fine. Whatever you find the easiest way is for you, do it that way. Okay? All right, let's look at another one that compares 2 of them. 6.5 meters, blank 65 centimeters. Well, to go from, and this is another thing that will help you learn it if you'll do this on a lot of them where you redraw the boxes, so that's deci and that's centimeters. Okay, so to go from meters, which is my base unit, once, twice to the left. So if I take 6.5 and I move it 2 places to the left, once, twice, that would give me 650. Okay? So 650 centimeters is what 6.5 meters is. So therefore, what goes in the blank, Tristan? 6.5 right. Greater than sign. Okay? Yes?
So when you do the arrows,
uh-huh.
do you count the base?
No, you do not count the box that you start with. Yeah, do not do that. Because there's a total of how many boxes? No, there's a total all the way across of 7 boxes. Okay? But you're never going to move it 7 places. Okay? Because you always have to start on one of the boxes. Okay? And obviously the only time you're going to move it 6 places is when you're trying to go from one end, either millimeters to kilometers or kilometers to millimeters. Okay? So, let's look at another one comparing 6.9, let's see, 2,300 grams. Wow, they're all using the same sign. Let me see if I can find one without a greater than sign. Well, that sort of gives it away, huh? Let's look at this one. That's a good one to look at. 8.9 milliliters and 0.89 liters. Okay? You have to convert one of them. Okay? Doesn't matter which one you convert. You could convert either one of them. Let's convert this to liters. So if we're going to take 8.9 milliliters and convert it to liters, then I have to take and move the decimal once. Nope, wrong way because I'm going the other way. I'm going to go once, twice, 3 times. Okay, and so I'm going to put a 0 there and a 0 there. So that gives me 0.0089. So as we look at those two numbers and compare them now, because this is liters, they're in the same unit of measurement, so I can look and compare them now. Which one's going to be obviously larger is what? Which one? Huh? 0.89, okay. That one's going to be larger. So you put the less than sign. Okay. So it's not real difficult. A lot of them they're gonna take and make it a little bit harder, but it's really not. Let's look at this one. 3 centimeters plus 11 millimeters. Okay. We can't put those two together because they're not in the same unit of measurement. I can't say I have 14 millimeters or I have 14 centimeters because I don't. Okay. So I've got to convert them. Now, when adding, always convert to the smaller unit of measurement. Okay? When adding or subtracting, always convert to the smaller unit of measurement. So, what I want to do here is I want to convert to millimeters. So, if I'm going to take 3 centimeters and convert it to millimeters, that's moving what? One place, right? One place to the right or left? To the right, okay? So that's just going to make that 30 millimeters. Okay, and so now I can go 30 millimeters plus 11 millimeters and get 41 millimeters. Now, you could convert the millimeters, the 11 millimeters to centimeters. You're just going to have to do decimal numbers, okay? And it's easier to do, whole numbers instead of the decimal numbers. So 41 millimeters would be your answer. Huh? Well, the book is, I believe, the book's going to tell you to write it in the smaller unit of measurement. Okay, so you got to do it that way. Okay. All right. Any questions on that? Like I said, it's not real difficult. The hardest part is just basically remembering your 6 boxes or your 7 boxes. Really 6 if you don't count the base. Okay. All right. For your work tonight, let me find it here. All right, we're going to do 2.7. We're going to do 17 through 46. 17 through 46. Okay, remember, test Friday over all of Chapter 2. Okay, test Friday over all of Chapter 2. Let me make sure that's correct. Yep. And really won't have a review session for it. Make sure you go back and look at the notes. Remember, everything that we do here is online on the SkyDrive on the link. You can get it off of RenWeb or you can get it off our website page. All right.